Hi guys, sorry to interrupt your video. Just a quick plea, subscribe to my channel please. If you haven't done it already, subscribe. Tell your friends, subscribe. Thanks. Your car gets a puncture while you're driving on the motorway. What should you do when you've stopped on the hard shoulder? Right, let's have a look at the options. Carefully change the wheel yourself. No. Lots of people get killed on motorways by being sideswiped. So as a lorry, some bloke checking his text messages or something or other, not really paying attention, he wanders onto the hard shoulder and kills the person who's changing their wheel. Right, use an emergency telephone and call for help. Yes, absolutely right. Try to wave down another vehicle to help. No, only change the wheel if you have a passenger help. No, so none of that. Use the emergency telephone. You are in an emergency. You've got a breakdown. You're in a high risk situation. What they want to do is maybe shut off the left hand lane, call the RAC or AA if you remember, and then get them to come down and help you, or the highways agency will turn up, that sort of thing. They might well take you off the motorway and then you can change your wheel, but you need lane closures, you need flashing lights to warn people, wake them up, and then they can deal with your car. Okay, right, so park as far to the left as you can and leave the vehicle by the near side door. Near side is the left hand side of your car. Don't attempt even simple repairs. Instead, walk to an emergency telephone on your side of the road and phone for help. While waiting for help to arrive, stay by your car, keeping well away from the carriageway and hard shoulder, i.e. climb over the barrier, get away. Also, stand before your car. So traffic will go past you and then hit your car, because if something hits your car, it's going to get fired forward, isn't it? So if you stand behind your car, so you're standing here, your car's parked here and somebody smashes into your car's going to get fired that way. So if you stand in front of the car, you're going to get covered in debris. So stand before your car, upstream of the flow of traffic. Now, with regards to the phone a friend effectively, you get these signs. Here we go, you get these markers. Right, so the distance along the motorway in kilometres from the start of the motorway, so that's 85.0, so 85 kilometres from the start of the motorway. And here on the side you have a telephone and an arrow, and that points to your nearest emergency telephone, and these are every 100 metres. Okay, when you have them you get these location signs. So what we've got, this is your marker saying it's 28 kilometers from the start. You're on the M27, you're on B, carriageway B, and you're 2.8 kilometers. Sorry, yeah, 2.8, so it's 2, not 28. What am I talking about? 2.8. The number is up there. That's the bottom one is the point, the one above is the kilometers, and these are tenths of kilometers. The A basically means away from London, and B is back to London. That's what it means. Okay, and I believe if you're on the M25, A is clockwise and B is anti-clockwise, but that's what the A's and B's mean, so they know what side of the motorway you're on. And so when you pick up the telephone, they say, right, well, this is telephone number 90, it's 2.8 miles on the B carriageway. And then when you phone the highways agency, you pick it up and they know exactly where you are, so they can locate you. Cool, huh? Who knew that all this stuff was down by the side of the road? What should you do if you're driving on a motorway and miss the exit that you want to take? Well, you just keep going. You do not go against the flow of traffic. You'd be an idiot to drive at traffic travelling at you at 70 miles an hour, right? So you just keep driving, get off at the next exit, come round, come back down again if you want, or find a different route. So carefully reverse along the hard shoulder. No. Highly illegal, getting points on your licence. Carrying on to the next exit. Yes. Carefully reverse. No. Make a U-turn. Oh my god, no, 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 no. You've missed your exit, same as a one-way street. If you're going in one direction and you've missed it, tough, go to the next one. You might even find a different route to come across diagonally. Right, It is illegal to reverse, cross the centre reservation or drive against the flow of traffic on a motorway. If you miss your exit, carry on until you reach the next one. Ask yourself why you missed your exit. If you think that your concentration is fading, take a break before continuing your journey. Very wise. Probably yakking too much. Your vehicle has broken down on a motorway. What should you do if you aren't able to get onto the hard shoulder? Okay, so switch on your hazard warning lights. Quite right. So your vehicle's broken down, you can't get across 3 lanes or whatever. Got to warn people. Stop the traffic behind and ask for help. No. Attempt to repair the vehicle. No. Stand behind your vehicle to warn others. No. Because if you stand behind your vehicle and somebody smashes into it, you are between them and your car, so you get cut in half. So if I was in that situation, I would put my hazard warning lights on, I would get out the car, and I would personally stay away from my car. So if something smashes into my car, far enough away that I don't get covered in debris, but also I don't want to be in my car. That's the problem with smart motorways as they are. The death rate went up because people stay in their cars in a live lane. So I would be putting on the hazard warning lights and then getting out of the way. If you can't get your vehicle onto the hard shoulder, use your hazard warning lights to warn others. Leave your vehicle only when you can safely get clear of the carriageway. Don't try to repair or attempt to place any warning device in the carriageway. Yes, like the warning triangles. We never use warning triangles on fast traffic, fast roads. Why is it particularly important to check your vehicle before making a long motorway journey? Right, you'll have to do more harsh braking on that. Unlikely. Not if you look long distance. Motorways are quite chill, they're easy. Easiest roads to drive on in England. Motorway services areas don't deal with breakdowns. Well, they don't, but you can always get someone to you. The road surface will wear your tyres faster, not particularly. Continuous high speeds increase the risk of your vehicle breaking down. Yeah. You've got high revs, more heat, more wear and tear. You've got more pressure in the system. So yeah, things are more likely to blow when you're on a motorway. When I was a teenager, I had a habit of blowing my own car up, and I think I blew 3 cars up on fast moving roads. So yeah, I will vouch for that. Before you start your journey, make sure that your vehicle can cope with the demands of high-speed driving. You should check the number of things, the main one being fuel, oil, water and tyres. You also need to plan rest stops if you're making a long journey. You're driving on a motorway. What does it mean if the car in front shows its hazard lights for a short time? It must be a hazard. Driver wants you to overtake. No. The other car is going to change lanes. No. Traffic ahead is slowing or stops suddenly. Yes. There's a police speed check area. Now, hazard warning lights for you come round a corner, because you know motorways, they go up and down and round corners and all sorts of stuff. So if you came over a crest of a hill at 70 miles an hour and the motorway is stationary in front of you because there's been a crash, you need to warn the car behind you to start braking now. So if you came along and the car in front of you started flashing, I'd heed warning, start braking, probably put my hazards on to warn the car behind me as well. Right? Because you don't want somebody smashing into your car, do you really? If the vehicle in front shows its hazard warning lights, there may be an incident. Stop traffic or queuing traffic ahead. Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front. You're able to look behind it and see if you're able to look behind it and see any hazards well ahead. Yeah, never tailgate. You're driving on a motorway. Which lane should you get into well before you reach your exit? Well, you're exiting the motorway, which is on the left-hand side. So, the left lane. Do bear in mind that your average speed on a motorway is 60 miles per hour, which is 1 mile a minute. That's your average. Obviously, if you're doing 70, you're currently doing 70. But your average, if you looked at your entire journey, your average is 60 miles per hour. 1 mile a minute. So if you get that 1 mile marker to your exit, you only have 60 seconds before your exit. Get to half a mile, it's only 30 seconds. You really need to be in that left-hand lane. And you do not want to be that person that waits till the very last second and gets off with 10 meters to go. I mean, what numpty thinks that's a good idea? Just get in your lane with plenty of time, get off, nice and safe. You don't know how hard it might be to get in there. So as soon as you're starting to be warned, I would definitely be coming over into the left-hand lane after about a mile marker. Alright. So you'll see the first advanced direction sign 1 mile from a motorway exit. If you're travelling at 60 miles an hour in the right-hand lane, you'll only have about 50 seconds before you reach the countdown markers. There'll be another sign at the half-mile point. Don't cut across lanes of traffic at the last moment. Move into the left-hand lane in good time. What restrictions apply to people who have a provisional driving licence? Okay, of course we're talking about motorways here. So they can't drive over 30, of course you can. They can't drive at night, of course they can. They can't drive unaccompanied, well that is true. If you've got a provisional licence, you've got to have someone with you, haven't you? They can't drive more than one person, nah. Right, so you won't be able to drive unaccompanied until you've passed your practical driving test. We all know that. Your vehicle breaks down on a motorway and you manage to stop on the hard shoulder. Good. What should you do if you use your mobile phone to call for help? Okay, so stand at the rear vehicle whilst making the call. No, because you might get killed. Phone a friend and ask them to come and collect you. No. Or wait in the car for the emergency service to arrive. No. Check your location from the nearest marker post beside the hard shoulder. Perfect. And that's what we were saying earlier on about all of these things, especially these ones. You'll get these ones, and therefore the emergency services or the breakdown service will be able to locate you. You should use an emergency telephone when you break down on the motorway. Only use your mobile if it isn't possible. The emergency services need to know your exact location so they can reach you as quickly as possible. Look for a number on the nearest marker post beside the hard shoulder. Give this number when you call the emergency services. Okay. Also, is it 3 words? 3 little words? 3 words is an app that, I think it's 3 words, that locates a 2 metre square everywhere in the world, just with 3 words. Emergency services are all fully aware of it, and it's a great way of getting somebody to you. So just get the app. It's free.